Another thing that's kind of cool under the same roof here as Uncle Josh's bead chain tackle. In the trolling world, especially in the walleye world, we're very familiar with using various weights to get our crankbaits or spinners down to depth. And we're mostly familiar with the just typical unpainted bead chain sinker. But just recently, they've also added a really cool piece of equipment here. It's actually a fish weight, and basically they come in a variety of different sizes, up to I believe 3 ounces. Most of what I use are the ones, but they have 3/8, quarters. Basically, there is a fish weight in just about every different size and color that you're ever going to need. This is one of my favorites right here. It's almost like a fire tire color in a 1 ounce. Basically, in the walleye world, we're trolling a lot with spinners or crawler harnesses. So not only from Uncle Josh can I get a kick butt crawler to put on my harness, but I've got a great weight system to deliver it down to the fish. Check it out. It's the real deal. One of the things that's real important in walleye fishing, obviously, is open water trolling. And with this fish weight, not only does it help me get to a precision depth, but it also attracts fish to my presentation. As opposed to just a plain lead bead chain, this fish weight actually attracts the fish, and in most situations it attracts them, and then they see the real dinner back there spinning away and they eat it. But in many situations I've found they're actually eating the sinker itself. So that tells, when they start doing that, not only does that tell me that I'm at the right depth, but it tells me that this is the right color to be using also. One of the real common things that I run into and questions that people ask me are, what size weight should I be using? And there really isn't a specific answer to that, but what I do like to tell people is to find a speed that you're comfortable with. With spinner fishing, it's normally about 1 to 1.5 miles an hour, and it's very important to try to match that speed. But at the same time, by varying your weight, that will also dictate how high or low that bait rides. And in some situations, if it's real rough out, for example, you may want to go to a little bit heavier weight to keep that bait from riding up higher. The calmer it is, a lot of times I'll go with a little bit lighter sinker. That way I can get the bait spread out a little bit more, and I get more of a subtle action, as opposed to, when you go to the heavier weight, you are going to get a little bit more jerking, and sometimes that's what the fish want. But as a rule of thumb, I always start off with a 1 ounce, and then I'll work my way up or down depending on the situation. A lot of times for me, I tend to lean towards the lighter weights, so I'll work my way down